Welcome back to my channel, you guys. Today I am back with a thrift haul and I am super excited because this time around I'm going to be talking about the pieces a little bit more in depth, and also I've done a couple of tips for you guys that I kind of want to share throughout the video to help you guys kind of with y'all's thrifting experience. I know a lot of you guys ask me on my Instagram and my videos, specifically my thrift hauls, like how I find such good pieces, like where do I look, what thrift stores do I go to, etc. So I want to answer like a lot of your questions in this video. Get right into it. I'm going to start off with these shoes that my sister thrifted for me. They are these like bone color grandma shoes, I like to call them, and I think they're so cute, you guys. They have, I think my favorite part of it is obviously the kind of pointy yet not pointy kind of like toe and the block type of heel. It's so awesome, you guys. I actually had been eyeing these boots for the longest time on my Instagram from this company, but they were so expensive. I just couldn't afford them, honestly, but whenever she bought me this, I was so excited. And they're actually by a brand called Via Spiga, and I saw that they were made in Italy. I instantly got online and I searched for who made these shoes, like what was that brand, because I've honestly never heard of this brand before I bought these shoes. But I looked them up and their brand is actually sold at Nordstrom's, so I was like very like surprised by that. Like I said, they're in brand new condition and I've already worn them and I think they look so freaking adorable, so I'm very happy about this purchase. Let's go into our first tip, and my first tip is to never go into the thrift store with a specific item in mind. I remember one time I wanted these overalls. I wanted to specifically find overalls at the thrift store, and I realized that I would go into the thrift store and I would look specifically for overalls, and if I wouldn't find overalls, like I kind of would just leave empty-handed. What was happening is that I was so fixated on like finding the overalls that I was kind of overlooking a bunch of other good pieces. So I would recommend never go into a thrift store with a specific item in mind. Like once you get too specific with what you're trying to find, I think it really kind of affects your outcome as far as what you pick up. Next thing that I picked up is this basket bag. I found this really cute, like I think it looks kind of like a small backpack, and it's this really pretty blue. I wore this the other night and I just thought it looked so cute. It actually really complimented my outfit. I was wearing them with the bone color heels that I found. I actually only paid like $2 for this bag, so I was like super stoked. I had found two kind of like straw basket bags at the thrift store, and I decided I could only pick one because I actually already have like two other basket kind of like bags, so I decided I could only pick up one, and I ended up picking up this one, and I'm happy that I did because it's more unique. I don't have a blue like basket, or I should start calling it straw kind of bag in my wardrobe. So for those of you guys who don't follow me on Instagram, as I keep mentioning, you guys should, because I actually have this new highlight as like part of my story, and it's called Thrift with Me. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'll be posting pictures as I'm thrifting on there, and you guys get to vote if I should get it or not. And this time around I actually posted the two straws bags, and I put like I can only get one, guys, and a lot of you guys voted that I get the blue, so that was pretty cool. Moving on to my second kind of tip for you guys, I wrote down find thrift stores that you know supply good stuff. This takes time, and going to the same thrift store for a couple of times before you know if the thrift store it works for you or not. So whenever I went to the thrift store that I usually go to, which is called Thrift City here in San Antonio, for those of you guys who live near or in this area, that's a thrift store that I go, well, one of the thrift stores that I go to. I noticed that there was a lot of young kids there. Basically, I got so discouraged because I thought I wasn't gonna find anything, and I actually ended up picking up all the stuff that I found right now. So that goes to show you guys, it's very important for you guys to keep in mind that stuff that seems cool to you, like we might not be cool to someone else. Like we all have a different eye for things, and we all search in different places. So I think it's just important to keep that in mind and don't get discouraged by who's shopping at what thrift store. I think I don't really mind letting people know where I thrift personally, but I can see why people would kind of try to keep it to themselves. So like I said, just try to find your own thrift stores. Try to go through to a thrift store for a couple of times before you realize like, hey, I've been finding a lot of cool stuff here. This thrift store kind of supplies good stuff to me. So I'm gonna go back to that one. Moving on to my next item that I picked up this really cool Adidas kind of like hoodie, and it has the Adidas logo in green right here, which I love this contrast of like green and red that it has going on here. And then it has an Adidas sign right here in the pocket, and like these little like, I don't know what you call these, but it's like a different material texture here on the sides. I thought it was really cool, and I can totally see myself wearing this on lazy days when I just want to throw on something and head off to school. So hence the reason why I picked this up. I did wash all these items. That's why I keep putting them so close to me, and I don't mind like kind of touching them and stuff like that, because I get so weirded out with stuff like that. But I picked up the hoodie. I thought it looked really cool. I'm not going to go too much into that because it's just a hoodie, you guys. I'm just going to be using it on lazy days. Another tip for you guys is to take full advantage of days when there are 50% on a certain color. I used to personally be on a budget when I was like in high school, and my parents would be the ones paying for all my clothes. If you're a young teenager or whatever the case might be, and you kind of have a budget, that would be one of my recommendations for you guys. Like, kind of just wait until the tag that you're looking for goes on sale. And I'm gonna share another tip with you guys, and that is to try to imagine how you can style a piece and think of how it will look without like shoulder pads, or like when you wash it, or like if you style it with like a more minimal look. Feel like sometimes people have a hard time like envisioning how they're gonna wear an outfit. Like when you go to a Zara store or an H&M store, it's obviously so much easier to envision that piece because they kind of style it for you sometimes, or they put pieces around that one piece that you're buying that could easily go with it, and you're just like, oh, this would look good with this, pick it up, there you have your outfit. When you're thrifting, it's very hard to just find a piece and kind of envision how you're gonna wear it when you go home and like look through your other pieces. Just try to envision what the item that you're buying might look like once you like adjust it to your own size, because sometimes I buy like skirts that fit me a little bit big, and I'm like, okay, no, this could definitely look cool once I like fix it and have it altered my way. But just try to envision it that way, or try to like pick up other pieces at the thrift store that you know could go with that one. That way it can help you envision how it's gonna look when you style it. I know some people have a harder time doing this step than other people, but I would definitely just say, like, if you find a cool piece, like, and it has shoulder pads or something like that, that's something that you can easily fix. So don't always be discouraged to pick up something just because it doesn't fit necessarily how you want it to fit, because that could something that you can work with sometimes. So keep that in mind. Another thing that I picked up, and I actually was wearing it earlier, so let me kind of fix it, is this mustard color shirt, which I ended up wearing in one of my previous videos here on YouTube that you guys might see, or it might come after. I'm not sure which one I'm going to post first. But it's just this mustard color, and this is by a brand called I saw it. I'm pretty sure this is like a Walmart brand or something like that. I'm not really sure, but I just picked it up because of the color and because of the material. I can totally see myself wearing this like on a lazy day. Like, I keep saying that, but you guys, being realistic, I don't always dress up, and I don't always put that much effort into my outfit. So I can definitely see myself just throwing this on with like some shorts and my 990s. So I don't know, I think this would look really cool, and I just wanted to pick it up for my lazy days. Another item that I picked up, which is I was so excited about this, you guys, because I was so surprised that all those other kids took L's and didn't pick this up. I picked up this Tommy shirt, and it still had the tag, and this is an extra large. This like fits like so cool, and like I just love how simple it is. Like, I personally wouldn't want to wear something that's like Tommy, that's like huge and bulky and has a sign all over it, but I feel like this is just perfect amount. It's like a turtleneck, so that's like, you guys already know I love turtlenecks, so I thought this was really cool. I haven't tried it on because I've been wearing makeup for the last couple of days, so I didn't want to like get makeup all over it, but I thought this was really cool. I really like this white shirt. My last tip is to kind of try to find all your trendy pieces at the thrift store. I try to keep that in mind because I feel like you can easily find a lot of the trendy pieces at the thrift store, or like colorful items like leather colorful jackets that Urban Outfitter or Forever might have them like at the moment, but they're gonna be like $70 and you're only gonna wear them like two times because it's such a standout piece. I try to buy those pieces at the thrift store personally because they're not so expensive. I've never paid more than $20 for a jacket or even like a big coat. So try to keep that in mind when you go thrifting. Like I want to find some of the most like trendy worthy pieces out there because I don't want to spend $70 or $80. So for example, in another one of my thrift hauls that I posted previously, I have this really cool snake print coat slash jacket. Probably if I would have bought that at a store or something like that, that would have cost me like $100 and I would have only worn it like 2 or 3 times. But I picked that up at the thrift store for $10, and yeah, I just think you should definitely try to look out for those trendy, colorful pieces that you might only wear a couple of times at the thrift store. Okay, you guys, I have 2 more things that I quickly want to share with you guys. I ended up picking up this race card shirt, and this is K1 Speed Racing, and then in the back it has like some brace stuff and I have no idea what it is, but it's just like some cool stuff. I thought this would look really cool with the next piece that I'm about to show you guys. I also picked up is these Adidas sweats, and they have like the 3 stripes on the side, which are kind of like white, off-white-ish. I can't tell if that's just because they're old or because that's how they actually were, but I just think they look very like old school. So I'll probably be wearing it with that black shirt. And I'm so sorry you guys, this is not a try on thrift haul. If you guys want to see more try on thrift hauls, definitely let me know down below in the comments. But this one I decided to just make it more like a talk through, since I was going to be sharing with you guys a lot of my tips and stuff like that. But now I'm going to go into the last very part. Oh wait, I also forgot to mention that I picked up these overalls that I'm wearing right now, and these are some Guess overalls. I'm going to go on to kind of like how I personally do some of my thrifting, and just kind of like some personal things that I've came across. But basically you guys, when I go thrifting, I just look through everything. I'm a pretty small person, so I even look through like kids shoes and t-shirts and stuff like that. I found some pretty cool stuff in the past, so I think it's worth just go over everything. And another thing that I do is I personally look through everything and just throw things in my cart, and after I'm done, or I think I'm done, that's when I start going through my cart and picking out pieces that I might not take or take, and then I go into the fitting room. I think it's very important that you guys don't leave something behind just because it might look too big, because a lot of the things that I've picked up, like for example these overalls, when I saw them hanging, I immediately thought that they weren't gonna fit me. They look very big, very baggy, but when I try them on, they fit perfectly. So if you are undecisive about getting an item because it's a little too big or looks big, try it on before you leave it behind. Also, don't be discouraged to get stuff because it has like shoulder pads or anything like that. That's something that you can obviously just fix. Don't be discouraged because something fits you a little bit too big, because you might be able to fix it, so keep that in mind. As far as like the thrift stores that I go to pretty normal thrift stores like Salvation Army or like Goodwills, and I just think it's important that you go a couple of times before you to kind of like get a feel for the thrift store and decide like, okay, I should come back to this or not. I hope you guys are able to get some help from this. If it helps you, you might want to take some earphones, plug them in while you're thrifting, because it might take a while. I know sometimes like people have a hard time kind of like with the styling aspect, like they see something that they might like a bit, but they don't know how they're going to style it, so they end up leaving it behind. And something that I would say helps me is just kind of thinking in my head like, what are some pieces that I have in my wardrobe that I could wear with this specific piece and might help it look cool. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you guys want to see more thrift hauls or thrift ideas or highlights on my Insta stories, then let me know down below in the comments, and yeah, I will be replying to you guys' comments and stuff like that. But don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.